Welcome to Zen Money Monday, weekly conversations with innovators, thought leaders, and entrepreneurial junkies about building good businesses, exploring what the idea of Zen money really means, and how to achieve it. With your host, author, business strategist, and Zen Money CFO, Liz LaJoy.
Welcome back, guys. Today, I want to talk about serial entrepreneurship. And that can mean inside your business, and it can mean building lots and lots of businesses. You know, I come from a long line of people who like to get stuff done. My dad in particular, while he's a doctor, he's a very entrepreneurial doctor. He has built more businesses than I can count, some of them viable, some of them not. Currently, he has acreage on the farm that's being tilled under so that they can start growing hemp for CBD oil. He is building out the top of his medical manufacturing shop so that he can rent it out to people who are legally, of course, manufacturing medical grade marijuana. And he's really kind of diving into all kinds of new things right now here in the middle of the COVID virus. But I use that as an example because that's what I grew up with. I grew up with you have an idea and you try it out. And I see this with a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I know out there in the small business entrepreneurial online space, where we spend a lot of time getting excited about ideas. That's where it's most fun to play. So anybody who resonates with the title entrepreneur over small business owner. I actually just had a conversation with somebody who was very clear that small business owner did not do it for him, although entrepreneur was the way to go. And I think it comes down to this piece of creativity. And what I want to talk about today is how to navigate that in a way that's going to make you financially successful. Because there's two different ways this can go. You can be really excited about a new venture. Maybe you're doing it with a partner. Maybe you're doing it by yourself. And you go all in and you spend every hour of every day for the first 4 months living and breathing this new exciting project. It starts to get some traction. Maybe you get some clients on board. You can see where it's going to go. And then 6 months down the line, you get kind of bored with it. And so you find something else to do, and you want to keep this thing still moving, but you take your foot off the gas attention-wise, if not monetarily, and you transition to this other thing. And of course, the first business then starts to flounder a little bit. When this happens on the inside of the business, which is where I get to play most of the time, as you know, I see it working like this. Somebody has a new initiative. They spend a lot of time thinking, oh, I'm going to put a webinar series together. That's going to be how I'll attract new clients. So they spend all of their time. They stay up late at night. They drive their husbands and wives crazy, putting all this stuff together, creating lots of content. And then when it's 90% done, they are stressed out, overloaded, and they don't really do anything with it. Or they finish it and they put it out there. They post about it a couple of times and they kind of get a funnel together maybe to bring people into it. And again, they get distracted and they go, well, that didn't work. Or maybe they take it a step further. Everything's set up. They spend some time and money. Maybe they're spending advertising dollars to push people to this new thing to bring them in as potential clients. And then again, they decide it doesn't work, right? And they move on to something else. And I find it fascinating because on the one hand, we don't want to keep throwing good money after bad if we've created something that people don't actually want, obviously. But we also need to give it time to percolate, right? Let's think about this in terms of a plant growing. We do a lot of work. We prepare the soil. Maybe we're scoring the seeds. Maybe we're soaking them so that they can start to really germinate and do what they need to do in terms of gathering energy and being able to push up that little green spiral to become a baby plant. And we get to that point in a project and we go, okay, time to do the next one. Instead of really making sure that that one plant is cultivated and really rooted firmly and doing what you want it to do, which ideally is to grow and blossom. So I just want you to ask yourself, have you gotten into a cycle? If you look back over the last 6 months, couple of years, however long, is relevant for you, because I think we do also all have different cycle lengths in this. Some people have a long project cycle. Some people have a very, very quick one. But however long it is, where in the creative cycle process are you stopping and turning to do something completely new? And just review that for yourself and see, was that really the right time? Or was this a version of Bear Brain that said, oh, there has to be something else better out there? I see that this person is now doing some kind of advertising and I want to go that route. So my webinar series that I was working on I've just decided that's not any good. I've done it myself. Trust me, if you look back through any of my stuff on social media, right? I ride this roller coaster just as much as anyone else does. But I want you to think about what kind of personality you are as a business owner or an entrepreneur, if we like that title better. And how often are you shifting gears maybe a little too soon? Maybe that little baby plant still needs some nurturing and the hail is maybe going to come. We need to be able to go and spend some more time with it, make sure it's really strong and can withstand that on its own, or cover it so that it can ride out this next storm coming up, so that it can become the money-making funnel that you wanted it to be all along. I see this again and again and again, and people will throw a lot of money trying to put this stuff together for themselves in their business, whether that's working for somebody trying to get Facebook ads up and running and spending tens of thousands of dollars for somebody's expertise in addition to tens of thousands of dollars in Facebook ad spend to get 3 leads, 2 of which were completely the wrong people for them. That kills me, because that's the other version of this where we stick with something too long or with the wrong focus and it hemorrhages money. And then of course you walk away from it. So for that person, Facebook ads may have been the perfect way to warm up an audience, to get what they needed in terms of client, getting in front of new potential clients. But the way they went about it was such a money hemorrhage that they got frustrated and they turned around and did something else. So I just want you to think about what your normal reaction is, and if it's one that's actually helping you grow your business. This is not to say that there aren't plenty of people who have great ideas, implement them, have them work for them, and continue to build layer upon layer of good business strategy. That is certainly the case. I just find it interesting that so many of us get distracted so easily and get completely assured that there's some other version that's right. So this, of course, is all talking about within your business. The other side of it is saying, okay, well, the business itself is now, I think that it's running on its own. I don't have to pay as much attention to it, but really, it still needs your TLC, and you're off starting something else up, hoping that that's going to take off big and become the $1 million idea. All of this is to say, I think we all can use some reminders on paying attention to our habits around our workflow and our idea creation and just in general how we're creative, because it's very overwhelming when, especially if you're in the online space, and so many of us are, if you're not here now, you're moving here because of the way the world has changed. There's a lot of information out there and you see a lot of people, and it looks like they're doing it all amazingly well, because that's the nature of social media. We only get, the airbrushed versions of ourselves. And on the back end in their business, and this is why I talk about building the insides of your business as beautifully as the outsides, because on the back end, there's a lot of chaos and a lot of kind of turret gunning, reactionary, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. Oh, this person is doing this way. Oh, this guru told me that I have to, change my entire business model. So I'm going to try that for 4 months, and not really giving it time to ride out and grow. And, I don't have any answers specifically in terms of how long to give this kind of stuff. It really, other than it depends, which I know you guys love that answer from me. But, we really just want to look at what's working for you and what's not, and just take a minute and say, have I gotten in the habit of not following things through to their ultimate completion so that I can say, yes, this was successful and I can continue it and I continue to bolster it? Or, what is the milestone where we say, all right, that initiative fell on its face. It's very clear. The numbers tell me that it fell on its face. I am going to do something different now. And oftentimes we want to have multiple things going at the same time so that, if one catastrophically fails for us, it doesn't have such a significant impact on our revenue streams, which of course then allow you to do other things in your business and pay yourself more. So food for thought for this week. What kind of entrepreneur are you? Are you a serial entrepreneur from a building multiple businesses standpoint? Are you a serial creative entrepreneur where we're not necessarily fully realizing and actualizing those fun new projects within your business. And if you're neither of those, I would also love to hear how things are going for you in terms of consistently building the business that you want. We all have ups and downs. Of course, there is no magic bullet out there. This is all just a lot of hard work, but I always love to hear from you guys. So if you want to drop a message or let me know how things are going, I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to dig into this all a little bit further around your own Zen Money mastery and how you can use your entrepreneurial style to your best advantage to make sure that your business is thriving, check out our free Zen Money Mastery Workshop series. Everything will be delivered to your own inbox. You can watch and learn at your own pace. Hope you find it useful. All you have to do is go to zenmoneymap.com/workshop to sign up for that. Thanks and have an awesome day.